Hi, dear ones, it's Erika Schreck, and I'm here to talk about transformation and changes and shifts, but maybe in a different way than you might be expecting. And that is, are you owning your power in the changes, the shifts, the transformation? This is a big deal because when you are owning your power, even if it's a change that you weren't expecting, like a death or loss of a job or a change in plans for your day, how do you take your power back? How do you revive it? And how do you feel like you have choice and choices moving forward? I also am looking at power in when you know you need a change, when you know that something needs to be different in your life for the sake of your health, for a myriad of other reasons. And how do you own your power then? So let's talk about it a little bit, shall we? So, a couple things I want to bring up right now include the fact that when you are in the midst of a situation where you might feel powerless at first, like a death, for example, right? And also when you're in that situation when you do know that you're taking charge of something and changing. I'm going to give you some examples and I want to give you a little tool that I like to use and a way that you can own your power. And that is really rooted in seeing the gifts in the shifts. Okay, so let me say that again. There is a gift in every shift. This is not being Pollyanna and trying to always see the bright side and be sunny when you're not feeling so sunny. This is just really looking at things from a practical and spiritual point of view. So here's one of those examples. So my father died, as many of you know, when he was 48, very suddenly of a heart attack. And I can look at that situation, and that was a lot, because I was also responsible for everything with his estate. I was in grad school, I had three jobs. It was a lot. And now, especially in retrospect, and at the time, what I realized is after doing all the things I needed to do, my gift in that shift was I could look at that and see how my spirituality really grew, how I really owned my gifts, and actually how I was deeply inspired to move out of state. I moved from Wisconsin to Colorado primarily because of that. It really pushed me into that place of life is short and I need to do something different. I need a change of scenery. Okay, so that was an example. Another example is just knowing that we need a change, right? And so, my personal recent example, as some of you already know, is that I, after 10 years, am moving my physical office for different reasons. And it just got so clear to me that I need to change. I need to welcome new energy. I want to welcome new energy, right? So the gift is I have opened to a very new situation, a beautiful, beautiful being I'm going to be sharing my office with, but at a new location in Boulder, Colorado. So these are very exciting. So here's the tool, here's the practice that I want to leave you with today to have a takeaway. So, in both of those situations that I've mentioned, I encourage you to think of your own where you have an example of a time that you were not expecting change and maybe didn't want that change, like a breakup or anything really that meets your criteria. And then you also can think of a time, just have that in mind for yourself right now, of a time that you knew you needed change and you chose to make a shift, even if it was scary, right? Yeah. Okay. I can relate. So I encourage you to use a frame that looks like this. Because I, and you insert the change or what happened, what was the root of that shift, that change, right? I, and then name the gift. Okay. So it's really neat to do this for situations that are past, and I've already given you one of mine. I'm going to do that as example, and one that you might be in the midst of or anticipating, because that can also be very empowering. So here's my quick application. So because my father died unexpectedly, I owned my spiritual gifts and path and moved out of state, which proved to be one of the best things I ever did for myself. There's that. In the midst of a change right now that I am choosing, right? I essentially am choosing this. because I'm choosing to move my physical office, and I'm going to use the next frame because I don't know what the result is going to be, but I'm still going to use the power of the gifts in the shifts. Because I've chosen to move my physical office to Boulder, Colorado, I anticipate a shift in energy, a growth and interest in clients, and the shifts that I need at this time in my life. Try it on, let me know how it goes, and know that this is just one of the many things that I love doing on a regular basis because change is inevitable. I thought back when I was younger too, oh, there'll be a few big decisions in my life and everything will just be right, clear and not changing much. Not true, right? So I love helping you with spiritual and practical tools to be in the best place possible for your own transformation, your own changes, however small, however big, however in between. And I am starting my next new program, Transform Like a Spiritual Warrior, next week. So see the comments for details, and I look forward to supporting you in many ways. So blessings on your journey, dear one.